Alright, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. April 8th, I think. Oh man, the month is flying by. We're going to do a little hobby time tonight here on Mr. Mean Paints. I wanted to go live, but because this is a newer YouTube channel, I guess I don't have the ability to go live, so it kind of sucks. And I'm not going to sit here and try to figure it out. So I'm just going to record this and upload it like a normal video. I hope that's okay with everybody. So we're going to be working on some Conquest, Last Argument of Kings and or First Blood tonight. We're going to do a little bit of hobbying, and we're going to put some miniatures out. I'm going to actually repair some miniatures because I did it. So we're going to drop down to the second camera here. I'm going to get my ugly mug off the screen. But as you can see, I got my scalpel. Remember, if you're going to use a scalpel, be very safe. They are very, very sharp. And in the meantime, we've got these lovely, oops, wrong. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're just going to turn the main camera off. There we go. So as you can see, these are my minotaurs for Conquest, the Last Argument of Kings. I think they came out fantastic. I gave them nice gold scale mail, I guess, lamellar, whatever you call it. I really love the look of these guys. I think they came out really good. I didn't notice this, but I just noticed I got some of the paint on his face there. I could probably get that off with a little bit of water. The problem is I'm pretty sure I covered these in a nice coat of semi-gloss or dull coat. So unfortunately, it's just going to look like dirt on there. But what we're going to do right now, as you can see, I've got 3 of these guys. And if you notice, their arm is raised in a peculiar fashion, like they should have a shield, possibly. And well, they do. And here's all 3 of the shields that I painted, and then unfortunately when I used the glue, as you can see, there's a ton of glue on here. When I used the glue, it didn't stick because of the paint. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take our hobby knife. I'm going to put on some cheaters so I can see a little better, and maybe raise the table a wee bit. Awesome. So we can get a little close in here and not try to scratch our miniatures. And I'm going to try to scratch off some of this. I don't want to scratch too deep into the miniature, as I don't want to mar the paint job too much, but I may not have a choice here. And to be honest, just a little bit should. This is an older hobby knife. I should probably get a new one out, or I should say older scalpel. But you know, sometimes you just got to work with what you got. So that makes, I think, yeah, quite a bit. Give it a little. Ooh, this one's got a ton of glue on it. And I'm just always cut away from yourself when you're using a scalpel, or make very controlled cuts, because these things, even though this looks pretty dull, I assure you, it is razor sharp still. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. This one's going to be tough. It's a deeper divot, and I'm cutting into the plastic a little bit. I want to make sure I stay in screen. Hopefully the audio is okay. I'm kind of talking down. I don't have a microphone. I'm using a microphone on my webcam. Oh yeah, quite a bit came off. And you can see here, you can see the shininess in there. where I just tried to murder it with glue. Clearly it didn't work. And it looks like these little divots are the only part, but I'm gonna try to get it out of here where I can. So it was really, as I stated in my video last night or yesterday, it was so neat to actually find these miniatures again. I'm not worried too much about the dust because, to be honest, it's just going to help it bind. I'm going to set those aside and I'm going to look at their forearm. You can see here. Oh yeah, look, it's just coming right off. And that's the glue and the paint that kind of got together. You can see it's coming right off. Yeah, I'm going to make sure. So set that. Oops, let's move the mouse. Set that to the side. Now the question is, which? I think this one goes to that one. Or no, I know it's not that one. Or is it this one? That one doesn't feel solid either. I think it is this one. God, these came out really good. I'm very happy with them. I think. And it doesn't really matter. You can put any one on anyone, but I'm pretty sure this one goes on this guy's arm because you can see. Oh wait, no. Yeah, this one goes on here. Oh, no, maybe not. Yep, doesn't go on there. That's I think it goes on this one. Kind of feels like it goes on that one. The hard part here is going to be to get it on there just right. And it may require it to be held for a while. Let's see if this one. Oh, I think it's this one. Yeah, so let's clean it off a little bit more. This is what happens when you're in a rush to get things done. Oh, and as you can see, the glue has fused it. It's smooth. So we're going to just scrape it off. You can see the glue there. See the paint still on there. Yeah. This is what happens when you get in a hurry. I don't want to cut too deep into this. Sorry I couldn't go live. I don't know if it's because I haven't had my YouTube channel long enough or what the reason is, but it wouldn't allow me. So we're going to use some Tamiya extra thin plastic cement. This stuff is amazing. It is vapor harmful, so I'm actually going to open a window. I should have done that beforehand. Open a window there here in the basement, and we can put a little bit. And I always try to recap this stuff as quick as I can. And the nice thing about this Tamiya extra thin is you do not need much. Put a little bit in there, and I think I need just so we're going to hope that's enough, and we're going to get it. Now this is the sad part because we got to sit here and hold this. And it's not sticking. Try to stick it. I'm going to use this horn kind of as a holder. It feels like it's starting to catch. And what I'm going to, oh, I felt it move. Damn it. Put a little bit in here. And I don't know if that actually even did anything, but we're going to try to get it in there. See if it holds. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to hang out for a second. But this is the joy of modeling. I'm going to blow on it a little bit. The good part about this plastic cement is it fuses the plastic together. It's basically, I think it's like acetone. Yeah, it's acetone. It's probably got some other stuff in it. Ooh, it's strong. Ooh, I'm getting a whiff. But we're gonna. Oh, see, it's not. All right, we're just gonna sit this bad boy over here and see if it'll just stay like that. It looks like he's staying. He's not moving. So as long as we don't bump the table too hard, hopefully he'll be okay. So that's one down. Let's see which one this is. This one has the same kind of bump. He has, I think this one goes like this. Or would he go? I think he would go that way. Yeah, he goes that way. You can see kind of the divots. Yeah, and that feels like it'll sit in there pretty flush. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I'm gonna get some super glue on this one real good. I know I said you don't need much, but I want to make sure this sticks. And I don't think it's going to adhere there, but we're not going to take any chances. We're not going to take any chances. We got it on there. I think it goes this way. And we're going to get it. Ooh, I got it the first try right in the groove. Excellent. So we're going to hold that. Oops. Yeah, you can feel it's loose. We're going to put it on there like that. We're going to get a little bit of glue. This is the hard part because it's trying to get it in there. Hopefully that's enough to get it to bond. I don't know if blowing on it does any good or not, but I'm going to try to get it a little bit over here in this back corner. I just got that all. Not exactly what I wanted, but it's going to have to do. Ooh, I think it might have stuck. All right. I'm running out of places to put miniatures here. Whoa, easy, Betsy. No pun intended, because it's a cow. Alrighty, so we got to try to figure out how this one goes, and it looks like it matches up. So I think, yeah, this one doesn't seat as well in the glue. Does it go the other way? I don't feel that it does. No. All right, we're going to try to see if we can repair this one. I really like the quality of these miniatures. I think they're very snazzy. They were a lot of fun to put together, and I'm so glad I have them in my collection because A, the game is fun, and B, I want to play it more. So this one's going to be a little trickier. Oh, feel it. I kind of got it right in the sweet spot. So let's hope we got it in there, and we'll let it. I don't know if blowing on acetane helps dry it out or not. I can still feel it moving a little bit. Yeah, it's still moving. This is the hard one because there's not a good contact point. So I've got to hope that there's enough glue to actually melt and hold it. And then when I get my fingers off, I can kind of hopefully put a little bit more glue to keep it tacked. Yeah, it's not sticking. It's just not sticking. That's where it goes. So give me a second to get my hand in there right. That feels good. Yeah, this one's going to be the tough one, guys. I may have to come back to this one later. And I don't know. There may just be too much paint and varnish on here, flat varnish. But we'll hold it for a second, and then I think we're going to try to put some trolls together. I don't know if this one's gonna stick or not. We're gonna try, but I do like the paint job. I think it came out really well. Oh, it's stuck. Yay! Alrighty, so we're gonna try and see if we can get a little more paint underneath it, maybe on this side. Problem is, if I bump it too much, I may knock it off, and I don't want to do that. Alright, so we're gonna let that one sit for a minute. It does look like I got a good contact on it. I'm sorry, let's get it up. You can see down in there. They came out really nice, though. I think they look really sharp. I'm just bummed about the texture paint on the bottom there, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it. So I don't know. Will that one sit? He will, and he's not moving. So these need to cure for a little while. So I can't really bump them too much or do too much with them. Now these are the trolls. And I have some miniature, had some card. Yeah, here's the card for them. They're pretty cool, the trolls. This is for Conquest, Last Argument of Kings. Like I said, I really dig the models. I'm going to see if the QR code works on these. That would be a no. You're supposed to be able to scan these with your phone. And, well, that's not cool. It comes up with fiddly parts. So maybe you scan it through the Conquest website. So let's try Parabellum. Let's see if we go there. If we skin it through here. I'm just trying to see if they have some instructions. First Blood faction assembly instructions. There we go. Let's try trolls. Let's see what happens here. It's thinking. Trolls, the Nords. Let's get the PDF. Well, there we go. And it is literally one page. If you can see this, it's literally one page. Well, two pages if you consider front and back. But there's the parts, and it doesn't give me part numbers. That's great. So you just gotta kind of, you gotta wing it, man. You gotta try to figure it out, brother. I mean, come on. We can't spoon feed you. You gotta do some work here if you want this. So That's a back, that's a back, that's a front, that's a front, that's a back, that's a back. So we got, oh no, that's a front. That's front, 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 back. Okay, so we got three fronts, we got three backs. So hopefully we can figure this out. This is um, the staff, which I thought was really cool. Um, and I don't know who's going to hold it. I'm assuming there's a hand somewhere. Um, here's an arm, and we got to get the right miniature. So that's not right. So is it? Nope, that's not right. This one. And look at that. Keyed to perfection. Now there is a little bit of a mold line when you put these guys together, but again, uh, when you use the Tamaya plastic cement, it'll kind of clean that up a little bit, and then you can take a real light sanding stick over it, and it'll be fine. Problem is, I wish I had a better applicator. I know they make better ones. I just don't have one. So let's see if that is enough. And we put these together and we just squeeze them and move them together. And you can see it's not a perfect bond. Let me get one of the completed ones here. So here's one that's completed, but once you get the arms on there, it doesn't look too bad. And when you throw a couple layers of paint on there, it's going to look pretty good. So I'm not too terribly worried about it. I might just go around it a little bit. I might have did a little too much there. The other thing you got to worry about with these plastic miniatures is if you get too much on there, you will leave fingerprints. I'm not too worried about the fingerprints because, like I said, I'm going to paint it. And you can always run over this with a sanding stick and it will be fine. So that guy is put together as far as his body and his torso goes. Let's see, I think this one goes with this one. Yes, look at that. You can see I sanded this one a little bit. So the nice part is with that rough edge and the sanding, it's going to it's gonna bite real good. Ooh, I can smell that glue. Let me tell you. The nice part is you don't need much, especially on these nice big flat edges. It's going to grab really well. I think that's enough glue. Let's see how she goes together, or he goes together. Oops. Not if you doesn't go wood if you squish it too hard. There we go. I'm gonna give it a nice squeeze and give it a second for the glue to bond. And it doesn't take long, which is the nice part. If you've got a nice clean, if you don't have a shit ton of paint on there, it actually goes together pretty darn quick. So note this out, don't use too much paint. Like the nice part is this glue will seep into that seam and it'll make it where you can clean it up nice. We're looking real good there. All right, so that's two, and this should be the last one. I always test fit them. You always hear that test fit your models, test fit your models. You know, because like this one doesn't seem to want to fit well together. And there's a nice burr right there. You can see it. Let me move it down. You can see it right there. So try to take that off. I got it. Good deal. Yeah, you can see how these came off the sprue. They were rough. Like I said, these are the first iteration of Nords from Parabellum. And while the models are nice, I mean they're not hard to put together. You can see it leaves a little bit to be desired as far as the fit fit and finish, as the old saying goes. I think, um, but it's not horrible. I mean, we've all well, if you're not new to this hobby, if you've been doing it for a while, we've all put miniatures together that were just downright horrible to do. But you know what? We get them, we make them work, and we have fun with it, and that's all that matters. And this one does not want to go together. So clearly, this is not the right piece. So I do have some more bodies here. Um, I didn't realize I had this much left over. Um, and there's more bodies here. So you get quite a few of these trolls, and they're a rank and file troop. Take my glasses off. And so I'm going to have to cut a couple of these out. Um, I have these Red Glass Gamer snips, and then I have an El Cheapo pair of snips. Where are they? I don't know where they are right now. Are they over here? Nope. Are they up here? No. Wow, I don't know where my cheap snips went. Well, anyway, I have a very cheap pair of snips that I use for cutting other stuff. Um, the nice thing with these is you can get really flush up to these. And so you can get really nice clean cuts. And I'll tell you right now, do not go cheap on your snips. If you can at all avoid it. If you can afford it, get them because there's nothing worse than having crappy cuts or where it pinches the metal. Um, it makes it very difficult to clean them up. And you don't want difficult. You want it nice and neat. And you can hear this is clipping right through it just like butter. Hopefully I'm still on camera here. This little part's a little hard. We'll clean these up with a sanding stick in a minute. There we go. So there's three. And hopefully one of these three, and this has a very fine tip, so I do recommend you put this rubber nozzle back because if you bump these and you knock them on the ground, that tip will break, and that would suck. You don't want your tip to break. That's never any fun. That's a rear. Wait a minute. That's a rear. Where's my front? These are all rears. What happened? Not all rears. So clearly, oh, there's my front. It wasn't that one. Let's see, is it this one? No, it's not that one. Oh, I think we found the winner. We did. Excellent, Smithers. Excellent. You can see it kind of clips right together, but we've got some rough edges. So we're going to clean that off. Uh, just trimming this up a little bit to get the Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I meant to bring my lapel mic in here and I didn't. Because I can plug it into this Lenovo. This is my Lenovo desktop. I love it. I'm a big Lenovo fan. I'm a MacBook guy. I'm a Apple fan, clearly. But this this Lenovo works. Oh, there's another tab right here. Man. There we go. And I hate to say this, man, but I'm somewhat of a perfectionist. I can't stand. But that looks real good. Now we gotta remember, yeah, it's this one. So now we gotta apply some more glue, unfortunately. The nice part is the glue will kind of reactivate itself when you put more on there. You don't want to put too much, but we want to put enough that we can cover this. And make sure it's all sealed up. I think we're looking pretty good. So let's see if we can get this one to go together without fighting us too much. I think we're gonna. There we go. And as you can see, I touched the glue. And so you gotta make sure you get all that glue off your hand. I'd love to see a strangle right there. It's already melting it. So, and then like I said, I always put a little tap of glue. This headpiece is gonna cover this, so it shouldn't be too bad. Get that real nice. I think I'm gonna have to buy some more Tamiya glue. I hate it when Hobby Lobby puts the sticker right over it, so you can't read, what kind of glue it is or whatever, and you're like, ah. So I think we got this one pretty good, guys. So we'll set that off to the side. So that one's pretty dry. So we got a little bit. I wanted to keep these videos to 30 minutes. So we got a little bit of hobbying done there. We gotta find some more fronts. Oh, there's the fronts. So what I'm gonna do is go off camera. I'm gonna cut this off because there's no fun sitting here watching me clip things out. But tomorrow night I'll try to get some more hobby time in, and we'll work some more on this. And I would like to see you guys tomorrow night. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I wanted to do about 30 minutes. We got 3 of the bodies put together. I'm gonna let these cure overnight, and then we have their various pieces to go with. We'll let the minotaurs cure overnight. They're looking pretty good. Hopefully they'll stay together. And thank you so much for hanging out with me for this 30 minutes. Let's get together and do it again tomorrow night. I hope you're working on some hobby stuff. Leave a note down in the doobly-doo on what you're working on. It might help if I turn the other camera on since I'm talking to you. Yeah, let me know what hobby stuff you're working on, how far you got and everything, what you're working on, what armies, what's your miniature game of choice. Clearly mine is Confrontation, a blast from the past. Conquest, First Blood is my favorite. I haven't played Last Argument of Kings, but I hope to with my Nords. I'm trying to get a big enough force together to play my buddy Bryce, who's here in Duluth. And then I've been working on an OPR army, Beastman army fantasy skirmish. So I got a whole bunch of miniatures printed up on my GK2, and that'll be coming up here real soon. We'll start working on that to get those to the hobby bench and get things done. So until next time, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope the audio was okay. It's kind of hard to talk, when this is a skill, guys, and I hope to get better at it. And I thank you for joining me on this journey. Please, constructive criticism is always welcomed. And as always, peace and hair grease. And thank you so much. Have a great night. And remember, Mr. Mean says, be nice.